Hey friends, and we're back. It's so great to be back. I've had a rough week, but let's get into it. There will thankfully be less chugging today. As you know, I was visiting family. That was one shitty time, but when I got home, I immediately got sick. Instead of coming home and recovering and staying on schedule with uni, I got home and got sick and got really miserable. I'm mostly through it right now. My voice still may hear a little bit off. That was the side of the infection. I hope it's not too bad. I don't know if it sounds any different actually. It feels different to speak, I can tell you that much. So let's talk about my experience. I left for my family on Friday. You know, the journey was already chaotic and very bad. For some reason, the train I was in just stood around for like 50 minutes and I couldn't get any connections anymore. So I was picked up instead and I had a weekend full of eating all kinds of meats when normally my diet is very flexitarian, right? I don't like preparing meat. I don't like working with meat. But if, you know, there's a little bit of meat somewhere, then that's okay for me. If there's meat on frozen pizza, stuff like that, that's okay for me. Eating those quantities of meat might be really fucking bad for my body. I had a rough time getting rest there. I've had a rough time sleeping. Just very unpleasant nights. Then I got home, thankfully at a reasonable time. I was actually home before my last vlog went up. I knew I was gonna get sick. I could predict that. On Monday, I noticed, oh, there's a really unpleasant feeling in my throat. Yeah, it hit me and I didn't speak. Tried to completely not speak for 2 days. Of course, I would get a family call during that time anyway, so there was some speaking still. I tried to not speak for a while, even though I really wanted to reconnect with everyone, right? Because I was gone for a weekend, I was really looking forward to just spending time with my friends, talking again, but that didn't happen, not then. But I got through it rather quickly. I really dreaded it lasting way too long. At this point, I'm down to, like I said, my throat feels a little bit weird talking still. My voice sounds a little bit hoarse in my head, and I occasionally do a little cough, but I'm definitely over it. The infection part of it is definitely gone, and it's all just recovery right now. But that of course also left me with some issues because I now fell back on my schedule and I'm really heckin' anxious about that, even though I shouldn't be. In fact, it's just really hard right now not to fall into anxiety, just because the visit and being sick both broke apart my schedule completely, right? I have to rebuild it right now and I haven't really done a good job at that yet, but I'm working on it. I have to pick up all the self-care again. The one thing I've been doing actually, even while sick, was going for a walk because I hoped it would help me recover quickly, and I think it worked. Besides that, it's basically carte blanche right now. Is that how you say it? Carte blanche? No, I think it's carte blanche, right? Fuck, it's carte blanche, okay. I was so certain I knew how you would pronounce that, but apparently I was very wrong too. It's probably a regional thing. You know, let's go with that. It's probably a regional thing. I'm good, actually. I've used the time being sick to work through a lot of like maladaptive coping mechanisms or like thoughts or whatever. It's been hard. It's been a hard process. I've been crying a lot from that. In a good way though, mind you. It's mainly been good tears. But yeah, a lot of it is self-esteem and imposter syndrome related. Even in areas where I thought, oh, that doesn't make sense. But apparently it does. It feels really good to work through them. It feels good to confront them, even though it's also very scary. It feels like growth. The other thing is that the weekend left me with a lot of dissociation that I also couldn't work through while sick. I've been using the things that make me cry in a way to like find myself, to like return to myself, because I know if it makes me cry just by holding it in my mind, that sounds like it means something to me, right? That sounds like it's important. I did actually clean my windows, by the way. I cleaned them when I got back on the same day, and that was probably the best thing I could do, because not only did I get them clean, but I got them clean before I got sick. So it's like, oh, well, I'm sick, but at least the sky is clear, so that's good. I've been also thinking a lot about Ace Attorney recently, because I've discovered this one channel. I basically came across Wendy Rocket's YouTube channel. She did a total of 2 videos so far, but they are about Ace Attorney and total in around like 3 hours content. I've binged them. I want to replay Ace Attorney now. When I initially played Ace Attorney, what I will do is essentially power through it. It's like being hooked on a book where you will just, you can't stop. That was my experience, right? I will like go on for too long to really think about much. I want to replay it now because I think I'm at a point where I can think about media like that without stopping at the direct reading. After this is done, I'm gonna do some cooking for the first time since, forever. But I'm gonna make some chili sin carne, and it's gonna be really good for me. Because I've been mistreating myself. I've been bad at keeping my food schedule because I didn't have a schedule right now. And that's that. I'm empty. And I do still feel a little bit tired. Oh no, I shouldn't have said I'm empty. The coffee is empty. The coffee is gone. It's time to actually get some things done now that I'm better. I will see you next week. Until then, stay cute, stay loved. Bye.